we are, pre-Friday, a.k.a. Thursday, November 13th, 2025. We were off by one day for Friday the 13th to happen. When exactly is the next Friday the 13th? When is the next Friday the 13th? February 13th, 2026. Still a little while away. I'm sure you could get some cheaper tattoos then or something like that. I don't know. Do I believe in that day? Do I believe it's superstitious? Nah. I was reading something here about how 1 in 6 parents believe their child is destined for sports stardom. And these unrealistic expectations come at a cost. Some of the parents believe their child is on track to become a professional athlete. We've already met those parents, right? We've all met those parents, I should say. Those parents that say their kid is the next best thing. You better get his signature now because in 15 years, he's going to be world famous. Does that ever actually happen? No. 2/3 of parents are convinced their kid performs above average. Well, they say their kid is good in like their little league. You know, there's hardly any competition. But then you take that kid and you put him into like some high intense competition elsewhere. And of course, he's getting his butt kicked. I'm sorry, but that's just how it goes, really. I've seen it happen. I've seen people who were great at basketball all throughout high school. They're supposed to be the next best thing, right? They do okay in college, but it's nowhere near the level you have to be to make it to the pros. I've known 2 people that have made it to the NBA. One is Stanley Johnson. I don't even know what team he's on right now. I think he's on a G League team somewhere. Stanley Johnson. He plays, so he's in the Japanese B League now. Plays for the Nagasaki Velka of the Japanese B League. He played 1 season of college basketball for the Arizona Wildcats. He was selected 8th overall by the Detroit Pistons in the 2015 NBA draft. And now look at him. He hardly played in the NBA. I mean, he still made a good portion of money. He still made it to the league. I mean, very few people can say that, but I remember all the hype about him when I was in high school. Like, he was going to be the next best thing. I'm looking at his stats here from 2022 to 2023 when he played for the San Antonio Spurs. He had a very, very high he had 6 points a game, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, and that's it. That's it. Whatever happened to the other guy that I know, Christian Wood? He was on the Lakers for a little while. He was the only guy taller than me in PE class. He last played for the Los Angeles Lakers, the NBA, obviously. He played college basketball for the UNLV Running Rebels. I don't think he's even playing right now. The last season they have here for him, the Lakers, 2024, played for the Mavericks from 2022 to 2023. Why is Christian Wood not playing? He has a foot injury. Okay, so I'm assuming he's just not even really doing anything. I don't know. But those are 2 people out of all the basketball players that I have seen all throughout Southern California. 2 people. And they're not even in the league anymore, from what it seems like. So to those parents that are a little extra hard on their somewhat talented kid, be nice. But also have them explore other career options, because you cannot depend on your kid being a professional athlete whatsoever, unless they are a true, genuine athletic freak. That's all I have to say about this. If you want to get a hold of me, you can over at 208-535-1015. Peach's Pit Party will continue here in just a few on K-Bear 101. I love how this was a legitimate story about how seagulls are more likely to leave you alone if you shout at them. Researchers say. They found that shouting is more effective than speaking when trying to scare off the seagulls. No kidding. Imagine trying to scare off somebody by just speaking to them rather than screaming at them. We don't have a giant seagull problem out here, but I've talked about it before. My old middle school, McAuliffe Middle School, giant seagull problem. There's tons of them. Not sure how if they have them now. I'm sure they still do. You would eat outside, because every school in Southern California is outside. It kind of blew my mind when I came out here, and we would do things with schools like read books to kids or something like that. I'm like, wait, all the classrooms are inside? Like all the classrooms are in one giant hallway and the whole school is inside, which makes sense because of the weather and all of that. But still, like, blew my mind when I first saw that, because you would walk outside in Southern California to get to your next class, and you would have lunch outside at the tables year round. And so the seagulls were out there waiting for those kids to drop their next Cheeto, drop their cookie, drop whatever. They would come swooping in. They wouldn't care if they were right next to a kid. They were happy to get the food. They were accustomed to being close to kids, being close to people. Usually when you get near a wild bird, they fly away. These ones were brave. But yeah, there you go. If you want to scare away a seagull, doesn't say anything else about any other bird, specifically a seagull. If you want to scare away a seagull, just scream at it, if that wasn't already obvious. All right, is it time for Cue the Outrage? I think it might be. This one titled Warehouse Woes. Costco members rage as retailer drops another fan favorite product, but employee reveals the truth. A beloved Kirkland product has been missing from Costco shelves recently. Members are crying out. They're mad. The Kirkland signature organic creamy peanut butter has been gone for months. Someone said on Reddit, I'm trying to make my recently opened jar last as long as possible. OMG, I really hope it's coming back because Kirkland peanut butter is the absolute best. I just ran out of my 2 jars, another complained. I went to Costco in October, was going to buy 2 double packs of PB, but no, and employees wouldn't say why they were out. Based on the other shopper comments, the beloved peanut butter is missing at all of Costco's over 630 stores in the U.S. What can we do? What can we do? Some began to speculate that the recipe could be adjusted per a post from the Costco Food Reviews Instagram account. Again, the biggest cult following when it comes to any store, Costco. The Kirkland signature brand. What am I reading here? They started talking about diapers in the middle of this article. Is this going to be like the diapers because their new diapers are absolutely awful? A fan wrote. I should have said. The Kirkland signature brand diapers had a manufacturer switch earlier this spring, causing serious controversy among members. Serious controversy. My biggest complaint in life is that the diapers I get from my baby are not working properly. They took away my peanut butter. What are they going to do next? Shop at a regular grocery store? I'm canceling my membership. You guys took away my peanut butter. I have a love-hate relationship with the Facebook group Life in Idaho Falls, specifically the one with the parentheses at the end of it that says SE Idaho, Southeast Idaho. There are 2 different groups. There's Life in Idaho Falls, and then there's Life in Idaho Falls, parentheses, Southeast Idaho. There's a difference. A person posted in the Life in Idaho Falls, parentheses, Southeast Idaho Facebook group. Jokingly, they posted. Maybe not jokingly. I don't know. I can sometimes understand sarcasm, but you never know with the people in there. This is scary, period. Does anyone know why Duck Donuts is closed? Very important. Is it temporary or permanent? Donut emoji. Our donut supply for our community cannot drop. This post alone had 213 comments. 213 comments. And they were all about how Duck Donuts just simply sucks. And there are other people saying, well, you shouldn't bash a local business. I even chimed in last night because I said, well, if the place deserves to get bashed and there's evidence to prove it, if the shoe fits, wear it, you know? I've been bashed in that group before. Tons of things have been bashed in that group before. But did the question get answered? Is it temporary or permanent? I want to know, did Duck Donuts permanently close? Is it just closed for a short amount of time? I don't know. The top comment. So here's the question that this person posted. Does anyone know why Duck Donuts is closed? The top comment says, Duck Donuts wouldn't honor certificates my kids earned at school We went the same day they were awarded, but they stood by their expired. We went to Baker's Dozen, and they honored Duck's Donut certificate. We have been loyal to Baker's Dozen since that. Does that even answer the question that this person wrote? No, it doesn't. People with these donut wars. Now, I did see a follow-up post from someone by the name of Anna. Shout out to Anna. Donut gossip better than political gossip. 100% agree with that. Let's play some Hollywood Undead Savior here on K-Bear 101. The Philadelphia Eagles, they're 7-2 this season. They're first in the NFC East standings and would be the number 1 seed if the playoffs started today. All this team success doesn't seem to mean a lot to Eagles wide receiver A.J. Brown, who has been upset all season with the lack of balls being thrown his way. Head coach Nick Sirianni says he's close to being done answering questions about his disgruntled star receiver. As much as a circus Brown has caused, at least he has some practical advice for the rest of us. During a recent interview, Brown announced, "If you got me on fantasy, man, get rid of me." If you've happened to catch an Atlanta Braves game in the past few years, you might have seen highlights of a human mascot dubbed the Freeze. He gives fans a huge head start in racing around Truist Park, but with his speed, he almost always catches up and beats them. The Braves have announced that the person who was the Freeze has sprinted off to faster pastures, and they're looking for a new person. The main requirement in the job listing is must be physically able to participate in the Beat the Freeze race, but they don't say how fast of a runner an applicant needs to be, which means I could apply and just absolutely suck. Instead of the Freeze, I would be the Iceberg. It has been a bumpy season for LeBron James at age 40. He has been sidelined since training camp due to lower back issues. I can relate to that. But things are looking up as James was assigned to the G League yesterday after he was cleared to take part in practice for the first time this season. He'll practice with 5-on-5 drills with the minor league team and can join the Lakers within the next few games depending on his progress and recovery. Could you imagine you're in the G League and LeBron James is on your team, or even worse, you're guarding him? Good luck. That does it for your Shot Clock Sports Update right here on K-Bear 101. Wasn't it recently we were talking about scams and how psychics are a major scam? Like, they'll tell you what you want to hear if you give them the right amount of money. Is anybody truly psychic? I doubt it. Kim Kardashian, she is furious with the psychics who incorrectly predicted her future. After she flunked the California state bar exam, she put her anger on display in a TikTok video blasting the clairvoyants who told her she would pass the tough test. She says, and I quote, "I'm just letting you guys know that all of the," well, I'm not going to insert the expletive words she included here, "all of these psychics that we have met with and are obsessed with are all full of crap," is what I say in a censored version of what she posted. She said that over the phone in a tirade she posted Monday to TikTok in a vlog of her mom, Kris Jenner's star-studded 70th birthday party, is what I'm reading here from theindependent.com. Speaking of Kris Jenner, you know, she's aging backwards. She's gotten all of these procedures done. One person online said her hands don't match her now very young face because of all the work she's gotten done, and she's been wearing gloves ever since. I thought that was funny just to point out, besides the fact that Kim Kardashian now yelling at psychics is also happening. Did you have that on your 2025 bingo card? I don't think so. For those anti-California people, I'm sorry for bringing it up again, but it's simply because I don't have much content lined up for this afternoon. And I saw this question pop up on Reddit. Oh man, I'm really making the people mad, aren't I? Peach is using Reddit again, that leftist. And he's also talking about California again, that raging liberal. No, I'm not a liberal. Thank you. Thank you for falsely calling me that. What is something about growing up in California that most people don't understand? This is a perfect question to talk about on my show. Most of the state is more like Of Mice and Men than Hollywood Confidential. That has 6,000 upvotes. Of Mice and Men, again, a book I hated. I loved reading it, but I hated it afterward because so many people called me Lenny, the big, dumb, stupid guy, you know? Another answer here, it's a big state, and most of it isn't what people think California is. I only went to the beach twice before the age of 18. I certainly didn't know anyone who surfed. I never went to Disneyland, Hollywood, or LA as a kid either. I grew up on a dirt road in the mountains. Yeah, people don't realize that. California has literally everything. Like, you could go to a place that has all 4 seasons and still be in California. Big Bear Lake, one of those places. You go, the more north you go, Central California, kind of boring, kind of sketchy. But the farther north you go, closer to Oregon and Washington, the more different it's going to be. It's going to be quite different from Orange County, where I grew up, not even close to Los Angeles. The ocean here is cold. Oh, yeah, I cannot wait to take my girlfriend to California the last week of the year and tell her, hey, go take a dip. Go put your feet in the water. Let me know how the temperature is. And I'm sure she'll come back freezing. Northern California, San Francisco, Sacramento is about the halfway point geographically. What I was about to say there at the first time. Far Northern California is almost always forgotten. Yeah, there are a lot of people around here who are from Northern California that is entirely different compared to where I grew up. Like, the people here hate the Southern Californians a whole lot more than the Northern Californians. I think there's a place, Melissa from down the hallway, she's from way North California, and I've never even heard of her city before. It's that tiny, looks so different. If you're just now tuning in, I'm talking about the question, what is something about growing up in California that most people don't understand? Any living thing, can be called dude. 100%. Oh, I just talked about this. There it is. Outdoor campuses. My high school was a group of buildings that between classes, you would go outside to get to the next building. I never ate food in my high school cafeteria because I'd always want to be outside. My college in California was the same. Cal State Fullerton. Exactly what I was talking about. And look, another one right here. If you grew up in California, you'd probably find basements weirdly fascinating. We never had basements growing up. Never. I come out here, every house has one, which is awesome. Let's talk about a very depressing topic, huh? What's something that no one prepares you for as an adult? The top answer, I 100% agree with having fewer and fewer people in your life. People die, move away, marry, just simply disappear. As we talked about during the noon hour of Madness and Mayhem, every single person that I knew from Titan Radio at Cal State Fullerton has either unfollowed me or never followed me to begin with. They have me on places like LinkedIn where it matters, but Instagram, yeah, they completely disconnected. It's weird. I've seen a lot of people just completely forget about me because I made the big move from California to here, and so they're like, yeah, he's out of the picture now. Might as well not care about him. What's something that no one prepares you for as an adult? There is always something to do, and those somethings aren't fun. Laundry, cleaning, dusting. The fridge is dirty. When was the last time you cleaned the oven? Clean those windowsills. Clean the baseboards. When was the last time you shampooed your carpet? Which, luckily, I don't have carpet. I just have that cheap laminate flooring that my apartment has. The ceiling fan blades, they're caked with dust. You're breathing that in all day. There's always one task, right? Grief and how to cope with it. Man, this thread is really getting down there. Adults are just as illogical, stupid, irrational as children. Who would have thought? And here's my favorite one. You have to decide what to eat for dinner every single night. I love how Dave Mustaine is really sounding like an old man, not appreciating the young person's music. He went viral. I don't know when he said this. Oh, it says here, Kerrang! Magazine of this month. This month's edition of Kerrang! Magazine. He said, how long has it been since you heard an album like Nevermind or Appetite for Destruction or Rust in Peace? He names his own album. Rust in Peace or Master of Puppets. You just don't hear records like that anymore. Basically, Dave Mustaine is wondering when the last iconic metal or rock album was released, and clearly he hasn't heard of Take Me Back to Eden, The Death of Peace of Mind. Just two to name right now. When I interviewed him, I told him about Bad Omens, and he had no idea. He was like, I kind of like that band name, Bad Omen. He didn't even say it correctly, which, by the way, you can listen to that interview. It's on demand, wherever you get your podcasts. I wish I had that clip pulled up. I would have easily played it here, but like, dude, you don't pay attention to new bands. I think there is some study out there that says once you reach the age of 30, you stop listening to new music. You stop seeking after new music. You just listen to what you liked from your teenage years. I just can't believe he named his own album. He's like, yeah, there's no iconic album like Megadeth's Rust in Peace. It's like giving yourself the gold medal. Relax, Dave. I did like one of the comments, new music bad, old geezer. It's true. So apparently Vine is back. Well, sort of. It's called Divine. Divine. It's been launched. Wait, that's how you usually spell Divine. My bad. I'm like, it's spelled Divine in case you didn't know how to spell Divine. Lowercase di, capital V, lowercase ine has been launched. But I'm reading here it's been funded by Jack Dorsey. If you're not familiar with that guy, he's a huge piece of crap. One of the worst content creators out there. He's been known to like aggravate people, and then when those people get really upset and try to charge after him, that's when Jack hides behind his giant, massive security guards, and then those security guards, take down the people he aggravated, and it's quite annoying. I think Jack Dorsey's bodyguard one time knocked a dude out cold at a Halloween party from a couple years back. But I guess Divine, besides it being funded by Jack Dorsey, it includes over 100,000 videos from Vine's archive. Users can upload 6-second videos. AI-generated content, not allowed. There you go, anti-AI crowd. This app's for you. You can revisit Vine history as well. I remember when Vine was at its peak, and I remember like seeing some of my high school classmates' Vine videos, and they were awful. But then you would see like you saw the rise of all these random people because they were just uploading funny Vine videos. It's kind of hard to, get a point across in 6 seconds, but people did it. People did it. I swear, if Victor, as the social media director, makes us download Vine and try to post every day on there as well, I would lose my mind. I just did a reaction video talking about Nick Nocturnal. He just, for some reason, made a comeback. He uploaded a music video 5 months after he said he was taking an indefinite break from everything, and he was just going offline for however long he wanted to. Maybe forever, maybe just for a couple months, but he just uploaded a music video. I did a reaction video to it. It's on our YouTube at KBear101RMG. But I was talking about in the video, content creation as a whole is very draining. You got to think about what works, what doesn't. I was joking with Josh and Chantel that Chantel was the answer to our YouTube shorts having a whole lot of views, because our YouTube shorts have been struggling a little bit with views. And then I see the latest one where I'm handing Chantel from Classy 97 a whole bunch of metal band logos, and she's trying to decipher them. That short has over 1,000 views on our YouTube and also our TikTok. So I'm guessing having a woman in the video is the answer. So I guess what we'll do from here on out, instead of having to include Chantel on every single one of our videos, we'll include Victoria Rose. We'll have her be the thumbnail for most of our videos from here on out. Something tells me, though, that we'll lose followers that way. I realized my mistake on that previous break. I said Jack Dorsey is a huge piece of crap. It's not Jack Dorsey. It's Jack Doherty or something like Jack Doherty that I'm thinking of. Jack Dorsey, I think he's the co-founder of Twitter. Yeah, he was the co-founder of Twitter. Didn't he sell it or something like that? Well, now, he is also the founder of Blue Sky. So now he's bringing back Vine, calling it Divine. I just wanted to point that mistake out there just because, well, I didn't want to call Jack Dorsey a piece of crap when obviously he's not. It's Jack Doherty or something like that. Anyway, let's play some Nickelback. How You Remind Me. I'm having a tough time trying to find a question for to peach their own during this hour. Here's a question that I found on Ask Reddit that I wanted to discuss potentially, but I'm not going to ask it for the segment because I don't want you to tell me secrets about your job. It says here, what's a secret from your job that we should know? I figured we would talk about what the Redditors have said. Flight attendant / former gate agent here. If a flight is oversold, they discuss having to bump you to a later flight. You are entitled to 4 times the amount of your ticket. Not a travel voucher, an actual check versus volunteering to take a later flight where they give you the travel voucher knowing that a majority of people don't actually claim them within the allotted time frame. It's where they can legally oversell flights, but they do have to pay you out and still get you there. P.S. Please be nice to the poor agents rebooking you. They didn't make this policy and are getting very underpaid to have to enforce it because of their greedy employer. That's the one thing I noticed when I was working at In-N-Out is that any single time there was a price increase, customers would yell at me at the register like I was the one in charge of raising the prices. Like, I just work here. You know, if the In-N-Out executives say a double-double now costs $8, then it does. Okay, don't yell at me about it because I don't know the management personally. Anytime I go to a place like Jack in the Box and they do that stupid thing where they tape an extra one or an extra... Basically what happened that one time is I went to Jack in the Box and I tried getting the munchie meal and they taped a 1 over the 0. So instead of it being a $10, it was now $11. Why there was such a need for a $1 price increase is beyond me. But yeah, it was there. It was there. And then eventually the menu was updated to $11. Again, why did they need to put a price increase of $1 whole? I don't know. But maybe I'll find a to peach their own question. Maybe I'll just treat this hour like normal. If you have a suggestion for to peach their own, let me know. 208-535-1015. A Florida woman with a serious pizza craving found herself in a deep dish of trouble. Hey-o! Sorry. After being clocked at 107 miles per hour, all in a race to get to Little Caesars before midnight. Yasmin Arazo flying north on Highway 19 in Palm Harbor, just outside of St. Petersburg, late Thursday night. The speed limit was 55, but according to the Pinellas County Sheriff's Office, Arazo was trying to get pizza before they closed and needed to just put the pedal to the metal. A deputy caught her speed on radar, pulled her over. She was arrested for reckless driving, excessive speeding, then sent to jail without getting the pizza. Mission fail. Mission fail. I found Victor's next spot for the advocates. Did you get into an accident because someone was trying to get to Little Caesars before they closed? You need an advocate, right? Advocate injury attorneys. There we go. Today's What the Headline right here on K-Bear at 101. Man, you want a first world problem? It's when you have a hydro flask and you fill it up all the way to the top with water. And then you just drink the whole thing, and then you have to use the restroom, so then it looks weird that you're going to the bathroom like every 5 minutes. Basically what happened is that I've been using the restroom on this side of the building a little too much. You know, Justin from 105 The Hawk, his studio's right there by the men's restroom, so he sees every single time that I go down the hallway to go down there and come back, right? To go use the restroom and come back. And so I felt kind of, not self-conscious, but felt kind of weird going to the bathroom as many times as I have been, so I purposely walked to the other side of the building to the East Idaho News bathroom, got my steps in, used their restroom. Enough water for me, all right? I'm hydrated. I'm good. I still have not found a question for to peach their own. I might just skip it for today. On the podcast version of the show, I have been skipping out on including it. In episodes past, I have included it, but I think it's too much work to include all of that when, it's just too much. So I might include it in future episodes if I don't know. We'll see. But I might skip to peach their own today on the show, and we'll just do whatever for the rest of the afternoon. Let's do some Alter Bridge right now. Silent Divide on Peach's Pit Party. I'm sure you've had those I feel old moments, especially when it comes to your body just aging. You get all of a sudden lower back pain like I've been experiencing, and it sucks. You sit in the car for 3 hours one way to Salt Lake City. You do it for another 3 hours back from Salt Lake City. All of a sudden, you messed up your back again because it doesn't have proper lumbar support or something like that. You have to get yourself a special pillow online. That's what I've been thinking about doing because, of course, I'm bigger than most people. Trying to sit in a car for a prolonged period of time absolutely sucks. And I think when I drive for a significant amount of time, my right hip is higher than my left hip, and I think that's been causing some issues because it's been being held like that for a good amount of time, right? The last time I had severe back pain was when I did a road trip from Idaho Falls to Twin Falls, and the weather was not cooperating. It was extremely rainy, it was very windy, and I was white-knuckling the entire drive. I think I put so much stress on my lower back that it just acted up for those few weeks, and luckily it's gotten better, but that recent Salt Lake City drive that I did re-aggravated it. I feel like such an old man for saying that. I'm the ripe old age of 29 years old. But I have to tell you, on Monday I went to the sleep doctor. I went to the Pulmonary Institute, something like that. You want to feel young, you just go in there and hang out in the lobby with all those other people coming in, talking about their problems, how they're 70 and they can't breathe. I feel sorry for those people, really. I don't want to end up like that. I'm already experiencing issues. I don't want to see myself in 50 years, But I found this question here. Redditors over the age of 40, what's a physical change that you were not expecting? Somebody just said my eyesight tapped out overnight. 1 year I was fine. The next I was holding menus at a full arm length like a grandpa. You're old when you do that thing where you turn on your flashlight to be able to see the menu at a restaurant. The restaurant has such dim lighting that you have to do so. My parents are the people that have to do that. The creepy skin on the top of my hands. What does that even mean? I don't even want to know. The sweating. I already sweat too much. There's more of it. I have to call out my dad right now. My dad is the guy. We'll go to a restaurant. He'll order his food, and then he'll ask the waiter or waitress for a whole bunch of napkins, like a full stack of napkins. Then he'll put those on his lap, and then when he starts eating, it could be anything. It could be ice cream, out of all things. He'll just start sweating profusely. He'll have to wipe his bald head. He'll have to wipe his forehead. It's like, dude, why are you sweating? You're just eating. You're a skinny, athletic guy. Why are you sweating like this? Does that happen to everybody? I hope it doesn't happen to me. I hope I don't get my dad's already horrible lower back that was passed on to me. Now I got to get the whole, sweaty head as well just by eating food. No thanks. Somebody was talking about this online. A woman has gone viral on social media for her spaghetti stance. She says she'll never order plain spaghetti and marinara at a restaurant. Her reasoning: why pay top dollar for something that costs very little to make at home? She says growing up on the poor end of middle class means that I will never understand ordering spaghetti at a restaurant unless it's like handmade pasta or something, especially if it's just pasta and marinara, not even meat sauce or meatballs. She wrote this on Threads. Who uses Threads? I always post stuff on Threads because it gives me the option on Instagram to also post this on my Threads profile, which I do. So my Threads profile is active, but am I actually on there checking out Threads? Absolutely not. She wrote on Threads, what do you mean this is $18 for spaghetti with spaghetti sauce? That's 73 cents worth of ingredients. Honestly, I haven't bought jarred Alfredo sauce just because I learned how to make it myself, but it does take some extra steps. Like, you do buy the ingredients for a cheaper price, but at the same time, you're going through the process of making your own sauce. If you dare even make your own pasta, that's a whole bunch of other steps. But you could just buy the boxed pasta, the boxed spaghetti for like 98 cents, which I did read something somewhere here about how pasta for your pantry, the price of it is going up because the U.S. Commerce Department is proposing a whopping 91.74% tariff on Italian pasta imports after accusing big brands of dumping products at unfairly low prices, is what it says here. I'm not trying to get political on this show. I'm just reading this thing here. But yeah, spaghetti with red sauce. You could buy it real cheap, make it at home pretty fast, actually. Faster than you could just, sit there waiting for your table at Olive Garden. You have to put in your name, how many are in your party. You have to wait there. You could make it faster than the time you could wait for your table at a restaurant. Was it yesterday on the noon hour of Madness and Mayhem that I had Suno, the AI song generator, come up with a anti-Christmas song that wasn't necessarily against the holiday. It was more so against the people messaging the Classy 97 Facebook page asking, when does Christmas music start? I need to know. It's dire information. My kids are begging for it. Please. I basically had Suno make a song that was all about, hey, chill out. Don't be that person that's just mindlessly messaging the Classy page. If I send them 5 messages asking, when is Classy Christmas going to start, they'll play it sooner. No, it's not the case. But this is the song right here that I'm talking about. Did it just stop playing? What's going on here? Come on, play for me, dang it. Did I have to restart it? What's going on? Why is it not loading? Do I need to download it, then open up Windows Media Player? Is that it? Okay, fine. Here it is.
It's not even Thanksgiving. We're still eating pie. But here come the messages. When's the sleigh bells, you guys? We love a good jingle. We love old Saint Nick. Pumpkin spice ain't cold yet. Hold your peppermint stick. Oh, stop it, your tinsel can wait. Josh and Chantel are trying not to break. It's still November, don't make them snap. Your Christmas obsession's giving us whiplash. Too early for Mariah, too soon for the snow. Calm down, Karen, we'll let you know.
So that's essentially, I'm not going to play the rest of it, but that's essentially the song. It's like, hey, calm down. We'll play Christmas music soon. But there are people in this thread on the Life in Idaho Falls Facebook group. This lady posted, hey, please don't come at me for this, but when do the radio stations start playing Christmas music? And I was trying to figure out what other stations in the area are playing Christmas music. The only one worth listening to is Classy 97. All right, when it comes to playing Christmas music, obviously it's Classy. But people are answering for Classy in the comments section by saying it's the day after Thanksgiving. That's not the right answer. There are, of course, people saying, I turn on my Spotify. That's what I do. I see another person here. I've been listening to Christmas music on YouTube since October. I mean, you can listen to Christmas music as early as you want by just going to YouTube, Spotify, Pandora. You can listen to it year-round if you really wanted to there. But on Classy, it is not the day after Thanksgiving. That is not the day that it starts. I don't know if Josh and Chantel have publicly shared online or on the air about when exactly it'll start. So I'm not going to say the exact date here, but it is soon. And it's not going to start the day after Thanksgiving. It's starting earlier than that. That's all I'm going to say about that, okay? So if somebody wants to let, what's her name? Janine in the Life in Idaho Falls Facebook group or Facebook group, and just let her know it'll be happening soon on Classy 97. Thanks for listening to Peach's Pit Party, the podcast. If you enjoyed the show, please share, subscribe, and rate the podcast. Peach's Pit Party is hosted by me, Peaches, a.k.a. Brendan Peach, and is a production of Riverbend Media Group. For more information or to contact the show, visit riverbendmediagroup.com. Until next time, Peach out.